hear you say ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da. Crazy at this thing called love. Just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da.
Good morning and welcome to Tune Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is a beautiful Wednesday, the 10th of May, 2023. What has this day got for us? I always ask this question. Why? Let's go to Liberia and find out what's happening in my country there with Mr. Samuel Wilker. Sam, what's up, brother?
Yeah, good morning, Roy.
How you doing, man?
Cool Wednesday.
Oh, cool, huh?
Yeah, man. It's okay, man. Cool Wednesday. Heavy storm last night, but this morning it's so cool. Yeah.
So what's the news?
And Nick has told us again that all those who will be in violation of their own rule, their policy, they will have to face a wrath. But they should take that out of their billboards. And people are saying about it's belated. You see all the giant billboards around the city. Where would they take it down? Between now and the 15th of this month, anytime this week, right? Friday, Saturday or so. So is it possible? You know, yeah. So that's the issue on the ground today. And besides that,
Yeah. Coon what?
And besides that, Jeremiah Kuhn has just exposed Cummings, how Cummings, George Wisner, Musa Blitty, they all approaching to go as vice to Cummings.
Mm.
And they offered the MRD $50,000.
Wow.
So Kuhn is saying that he didn't know that he was so powerful that everybody wanted him to go. So he knew that he was kind of like by everybody. He decided to take his own time to make a decision.
Mm.
That is why he waited so long. They Barker announced him. So it didn't go down with Billy and Cummings. And so all the support Ellen is giving these guys coming. Most Liberians we talk to, they do not even support Ellen. They don't want to even see Ellen.
So
So
I
by going
hear,
to come in,
besides that, I hear normally Kanga back away from Cummings.
yeah, the whole thing. It's not just possible.
Let's check this
It's
out.
not just
Just check this out.
yeah. I was talking about most people we talk to. I think that thing cannot hold. Normally can never say her boyfriend to play it the second time.
Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf is a hell of a woman. She's a warlord. She's an economic rogue, and she's a political demon. I mean, you know, Sam, this woman here for the past 18 years now, she has dominated Liberian politics. 12 years as president and 6 years as undercover detective for George Weah. You know, now she won't put Cummings in power to dominate Cummings too.
So it will be like her fourth term as head of Liberia because the first 12 years, two terms, George Weah term, make it three. So if Cummings comes to power, it will be a fourth term controlling things in his country.
And you see, this is the reason why in third world countries, leaders don't last. You don't have past presidents and all of that because of the same problem this woman doing now. She leaves the politics, but she put a stooge in her place. And she introduces this man to the international community.
Excuse me.
I hear all the African presidents mad at her for introducing George to them and encouraging
yeah.
to select her, to select Weah, and having us vote for Weah. Now the people feeling voting for Weah, we find out that Weah does not meet the specification necessary to be a president. Nothing wrong with him living his personal life, being a hustler and all of that, but being the president of a nation is a different thing. Look at America here with serving with Donald Trump. See what happened to him. When you're a businessman, you're a businessman. You can do all your shenanigans, anything you want to do. If you don't get caught, you don't get caught. But when you come into the presidency, you into a different arena.
It's a different game.
Yes, and you want to bring that same behavior that you have as a businessman into the presidency. It can't work. Yeah, people will be fooled and follow you, but in the end, you'll be punished. And this is what Trump is going through right now. You see, they just punished him. They just hit him with a $5 million lawsuit for this. Just that the first one. More coming. More coming. Because when you behave as you did before you became a president, and you bring that same behavior into the presidency, you hurt people. You cause people to suffer. Some people may support you because they benefited from the corruption and the evil, but the majority of the people will suffer. And in the end, you got to be punished. And this is what's happening. But Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf's time is just unfolding. We may not catch her because what she's doing now, she's putting everybody in power so she can't go before the War Crimes Court. So she can be punished. Look at George Weah supporting her. George Weah can't do anything but support her because she put him in power. He needs her support to stay in power. And this is why the African leaders are mad at Ellen, because she pushing George Weah agenda for him. And this man is not doing anything for the country and not for Africa. And the same thing coming back to Hunter now. Now she's still continuing want to maintain power because of the corruption she perpetrated in power. Now she want Cummings to take over. Another stooge. So what did Liberian people saying about that?
If you hear that normally back off many calls from the very bastard that they don't want to hear about Cummings. You know this thing about Cummings being a homosexual, just prayer through all the land and breath of this country, Liberia is a kind of traditional, society. So people hate to hear this kind of thing. That's why this is one of the reasons that people go against Cummings.
Because he's a gay.
He's a gay. He's a gay. So they don't want to even hear about it.
Huh?
They don't want to even hear about Cummings. You see, more people behind Cummings. I remember when Cummings came in New Day because of the money. Liberian people now. Cummings was dishing out money. So they were all there running for money. And because of ability again, little cash, so people chase cash in this country. They're not patriotic. Most of them do not know why they vote for John Brown.
Common problem is whether he's connected with Ellen and that Robert Sally boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
So why you think he got into this gay business? That Robert Sally. So they all into this Chamber family. So
Okay.
that her son too. We don't know where Ellen leaning either. We don't know if Ellen's straight or gay. So Ellen got up on the problem. She got her load. Okay. Her son got his load. Okay. So that Cummings boyfriend. So he brought Robert brought Cummings into the gay business. Now all of them into this Chamber family. You see? And the part about it is that's not our thing. That's not we are thing. We can tolerate you. Not that John, we are there bringing all the gay society.
But we are say is a gay.
Yes, and that what I bring people against now because we see what's
That's
happening.
why here it is know that here it is very close.
Yeah, we see what's happening.
Yeah.
We see what happening and how they molesting our boys and girls, and they're doing it to everybody. So that's a problem. You see? And unlike civilized societies like America, these things, they go on here too. But the police are on it. The police are on it. You can have gay relationship. Once it's between consenting adults, the law can't get involved with that. You see? But when you start meddling with our little children and going against the laws, and the police not strong enough to catch you, that's the problem we have in Africa. That's why homosexualism is hated in Africa. One thing is the culture. Second, are there police enough to enforce this thing? Do the police in Africa have the standards to enforce the law against gays who want to do it or against the laws? Do we have those kind of police? Or they will be bribed to? You see, those are the things that prevent us from wanting to even think about legalizing homosexualism in Africa. Because one, we don't have the kind of police force to regulate these things. Our police weak. If you can bribe police just to put somebody as in jail, what do you think about somebody raping a child? You can bribe the police to forget about it too, to leave it alone, to look the other way. And that's the problem. That's the second major problem. One is culture. Our culture is against that. But most African nations are modernized. We know about this homosexualism. We know what it entails. We got homosexuals in our country. Plenty. Because of money business.
Uh-huh.
because the impoverishment in our country, the homosexual take advantage of it. And that's another reason we're scared to legalize it too. Because it will become a economic means for people to survive, and we don't want to turn our men into women. So we got to protect our society too, because we're poor. People can come with money and just turn our men into women, have them on the streets. Because once they break that vow, once they de-virginize you de-virginize. Just a woman. So that's why we got to protect our little children.
It's getting too much in this country. The little ones, 14, 15 years, they're all getting involved into these things. Because
Yes.
money.
Yes, it is terrible.
hmm
It is terrible. That's why we got to protect our children. If we don't protect our children, our society will go bankrupt. We do not have the moral standing in our police force to protect our laws. And that's the thing that hampers us. Even in America, they got problem with homosexualism. Despite the fact that they got laws, why you think the Republicans and the Christians, some Christians against it? Totally against it. Because can you monitor it with the law? Can you assure our society that the law will protect our children? We don't care about consenting adults. When you're a man, you can do what you want to do. When you're a woman, you can do what you want to do. But between the ages of your minority and your majority, we got to protect you so you don't get involved with those kind of things. You can learn about it. You can be educated about it. Some people, when they experiment with those kind of things, they never come back. They never come back. And some societies encourage that kind of thing. They say boys to boys, girls to girls. For us, it means in Africa. It means playing with each other. But in other societies, they take that thing seriously. They take it seriously. And it hampers the society. It breaks it down. So how do we protect our society? We got to keep it out. We got to keep it out. Until we reach the standard where our police and our security become strong enough. They cannot be easily bribed. They will abide by the laws. They will have moral standing in the police, and that's the thing that kills our police, because many of the people that serve in the police and military have moral standings. They understand right from wrong, and most of them are patriots. They say we'll protect our laws, we'll protect our nation, we'll protect our society. That's a personal duty and obligation you take. Nobody can force it on you. You learn from small. That's why we teach civics and government and all the things from small. So and we develop patriotism through our songs and our logos, our yells and things like that. All here Liberia. Those are things that build up patriotism. You healing your nation. And when we teach our children those things and they begin to sing it, I pledge allegiance to the flag, all those things build up loyalty and patriotism. And when they go to church and learn about God and learn about honesty, about peace, peaceful coexistence, tolerance, all that kind of thing, it strengthens our political and civic education. You see, but when our society has lost the foundation of our education, where can we turn to? Who do we turn to? We tell the people that George Weah them, that Solomon George them, that Akaras Gray them. They set the standard for our society because they themselves did not come from home of standards. And you see, this is what breaks our society down, you know, because when you're a kid, the house you grow up in determines who you'll be in the future. It doesn't matter where you come from. You can be poor. You can be poor like a dog rat. But if your mom and pa understand the significance of education, the significance of what they didn't get that they can give you, that's what makes it different in people's lives. Even your parents not educated at all, they understand that in their lives, the things that they miss, they can give to you as their child. And they can make sacrifices for you to achieve it so that you can change the lives of their family, of generations to come. Because it's not just about today. When you have children today, your children will have children, and they will have children, and those are your heirs. They are part of you. Whether you're living or not, they are part of you. And that's why, as a young man, even me when I was growing up, when my mom came from America and all of that, that's the only thing I used to pray for, that my mom would never stop me from going to school. Of all the confusion and family issue we had, that was the only thing that bothered me. I prayed for. I said, I hope my mom don't ever try to stop me from going to school. Because your parents can do that. Your parents can do that. If they did not achieve that level of education, some of them can say, oh, I didn't do it. Why should he do it? Why should my children achieve that? You see the selfishness. Those kind of people are blind. Or they say, I'm working for money. Why you want to go to school? Come work for money too. Yes, some families may need that help. Sometimes you can even volunteer to stop school to help your mother and family. But other people who understand the significance of education and how it can change the whole trajectory of your family, it can change everything. If one child graduates from college and is successful, that child can change the whole family. Can give the whole family a different perspective on life. That other young children being born will see college not only as being forced to get education, but as a means to having prosperity, success, and all those kind of things. But if you don't have the parents to open that door for you, to show you the significance of education. Sam, look at people like us, man. Some of us where we came from, man.
Yeah, no.
If our parents were not there to instill the discipline in us, the knowledge, some of us will not be here today. You know, I'm an outside child. I was not born with all the immunities my other brothers and sisters had, with all the blessings. No. I wasn't born like that. I had to struggle for my stuff. But when people hear the name Chesson, you see, I suffered the different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I was born outside the family. I never enjoyed the things my other brothers and sisters enjoyed. I was never opportune to enjoy that. But whatever happened to the family, I suffered it too. You understand what I mean?
Because of the name.
Yes, because of my name. I struggled to survive. Sam, you know where I came from. I didn't have it good. But you see, one thing about it is, despite the fact you are an outside child, if your father is successful and he understands the meaning of family, like my father did, You learn. You don't have to be accepted, but you can learn, which I did. You can learn because there were things I would never have learned in the street or on my mom's side where I came from. But when I went to my pa house, I learned it there. There were things I learned in my pa house I wouldn't have learned anywhere else. Etiquette. Certain discipline. I learned it from my pa. I didn't learn it from my mom people. The kind of discipline my mom people came with, my aunt who raised me were different. You know, she educated me. That was my educator. So by every aspect of your family, you can learn. You know, despite the fact that you're outside child or you're inside child, you have to understand the fact that you are here on this earth to account for yourself. And if you are fortunate enough to have parents or mother and father to teach you that, you grow up to be successful, no matter where you're born. It doesn't matter where you are born. That's why I tell all my little students when I used to teach them, it doesn't matter where you're born. It doesn't matter where you grow up. The only thing that matters is where you end up in life. Where you end up in life. You can be born in a slum. You can be born in a ghetto. You can be born on the ground. But if you have that determination to learn, that's all that matters. If you have that determination to learn, God will open ways for you to, because when you learn, not only will you learn about education, you see, when we talk about learning, it's not only about formal education. You learn in everything you do.
No.
Everything you do.
Other aspect.
Yes.
Right.
And if you are also a child, you are a child of many fathers and mothers. And you can learn from each one of those parents you got. Because as an outside child, sometimes you live with your mom, sometimes you will live with your mom, you live with your pa cousin. You can live anywhere. You will never know where you end up. But as an individual, you must understand that you must always seek knowledge. You must always strive for your own self, independence and freedom. You see, if you don't have parents to teach you that, you see that everything comes from the parents. Everything comes from the parents, and you don't have to be educated. The parents don't have to be educated. You just have to know that you want a better life for your children. That's all. And once you're conscious of that, you'll find a means to educate your children. Because when you, just by acknowledging that fact, it shows that you know that there's a better life out there that you may not have been able to attain because of the circumstances in which you were raised in. But that does not stop you from making the sacrifices for your children. You know, and try to teach.
As a parent, you must guide your children as they grow.
Yes,
You gotta guide them. Yes.
sacrifices to put them in the right places. Let
Yeah.
them go to school, even if you didn't learn because there are certain things you learn in school. If you didn't go to school, you will never learn. So now you meet other children that will invite you to their house. You meet rich children in school. You can be as poor as a dog rat. If you're smart, you meet rich children. They will say, "Come to my house, man." They wouldn't care whether you're poor or not. Some of the children I met, some of the white children I met in my school, in some of the law schools I went to, filthy rich. You didn't have to tell me they were rich. Tell when they called me to their apartment. Young little children, furnished apartment. Unbelievable. As soon as I walk in there, I know they're rich. You don't have to tell me they're rich. Then when you look, you see the big bottles, you know, the big bottles, and the Coca-Cola bottles, bottles, they make them in big plastic things.
Yeah,
where you can put coins in. You walk in the little children, you walk in some of those big things full of quarters. If you got a big thing that they follow with quarters, you know how many dollars that is? Sometimes you just want to pick up the whole thing the wrong way. These are kids. I mean, they're just saving the coins. They don't care about coins. They just put it in those things. And those things are huge. I walk in the park and I see those kind of things. You know the kids rich. Then they're driving the cars. They're driving, man. And you see the part about it is, those are kids that can make some of the vicious crimes, economic crimes, because they know how to make money. They know how to make money. You see, and when all black people try to do it, we get in trouble because we don't have the facilities they have. You know, like I knew some kids, man, when these Arab cars came out, two guys used to buy brand new cars, they steal the cars, give it to their cousin lock it up in the garage and things like that. Put it for it, they can't find it. After a few many days, they put the car back on the road with no tires, they leave it on the road, and the police come and say, oh, find your car. They go there, all they do, take the tires off, and they put the car down. They go, they take their cars, put the brand new tires on, the insurance pay them for the car because the car lost and stolen. They end up with all the money they pay for the car back, plus they get the car back. You see the kind of stealing? And you know, a poor guy that me, I hear about all the kind of thing. I'm pissed off, man. You have been suffering. I can't even pay my school fee. And these boys, young boys, already in school, making money like hell. Their parents got money. Then they're stealing again. Then they committed crime, and their own relatives supporting them because their relatives got garages and things that they can hide the car in until the police start looking for it. You see, but they're born in this country. Our people in Liberia, we got criminals in Liberia because they're born there. Some of the things they can get away with, we can't get away with it. Same thing here. You know, sometimes you walk into the young children places they play with the money they play with, man. You wonder where the kids got the money from, man. Then they tell you, let's go to a nightclub. They think you got money too. I'm like, I ain't like you, man. I ain't trying to be. Yeah, that's why. You see, when you smart, you can't get caught up in all of that. But if you're not smart, because while I was in school, man, the schools I went to, they were rich people's schools. And I was hustling to survive, man. I don't mind. I was hustling my school for pays partly by the government too, because I had a GI Bill and all that, and they were giving me this stuff and all that. But I didn't have nobody to do. I was hustling, man. These kids, I meet these kids, they still come study with us. We go study with them. They want to take you to the nightclub. And when they go to the nightclub, they're not going to spend small money, man. They're going to spend big money. And they think you got money too. I'm just sitting there, I said, no, I'm not like y'all, man. That's why I never used to hang out with them. Because you hang out with them, you get in trouble. And you know what? They will tell you, oh, you can do this, you can do that. But sheep luck is different from goat luck. You know that, right?
That's true.
We got goat luck. They got sheep luck. So when they say, do that, you go do that city, you get busted. And there were a lot of good black guys in jail, man. Because they get friendly with the white boys, and the white boys got relatives in police, and all. They can't go to jail. You ain't got no relative up there in the police force. You ain't got no cousin and things like that. Everything is relatives here, man. Just like Liberia is relative, but it's the relatives that enforce the people that make them enforce the law. But nepotism is here too in the police force. Because if you're police, your children grow up, they want to be police too, like their dad. So they leave the law enforcement and correction, everything. It's the same thing. Your children will follow into your footsteps. So that nepotism in everything we do, but it's the public that force them to enforce the law. You see, right now, some of the things that go on in the police force in America and all that nepotism. Crimes that are being committed, that because people see their father did it, and they grew up and they're doing what their father did because their father took them to work every day and taught them how to do it. So it's the same family line, it's nepotism, it's favoritism, and all these kind of things involved in the police force, the security. Because many people who serve dangerous jobs, their children grow up seeing them pursue that job, and the children might like it too because that's all they know about. They're all they hear the pa talking about every day. I caught this wolf, I beat that guy down, you gotta do that. So they grow up with that macho kind of thing. Yeah, you gotta do that. And they follow that same pattern. So it's all the upbringing. And when these people take over our country, the leadership of our country, and they have no patriotic zeal to move our country from one state to the next, all of us suffer. We suffer. Because look at this other one here. Look at this murderer man, Prince Johnson. Even his own son.
Hey, blessing somebody.
Jeremiah could not come and say, no, you can't believe everything the man say. Master, I can't believe everything he say. Because he the flip and flap. You listen to the tape, all the things he said, Boca got battery in his heart. He would die.
Yeah, put a play, right?
Now he not gonna change it. He said, oh, that battery can last long. We don't know how to but before the battery would kill him. Now the battery will last long. You see the flip-flopping.
You gotta dance in the same hall now.
And yes. And I'm glad they got all these tapes because it just demonstrates the deceitfulness.
Their insincerity and deceit. Yeah, that's it, man.
Deceitfulness.
All Liberian politicians do the same thing.
But they are rogues and liars. All politicians are that. You see, look at the other young one in America here who lied on his resume and everything. Now they're going to top 5. The man lied on everything, man. Say he had this degree, and they come to find out the man not even a high school graduate or college graduate. Now they're filing federal charges against him. You can't just lie like that. But that has been the order in America for the past 3-4 years. 5 years. If the president can lie 20,000 times in 3 years, why the hell can lie? Everything Donald Trump said was a damn lie. And we accepted it as normal, as the order of the day. And that was sickening for some of us. You know how some of us suffered under this shit? To hear all the damn lies every damn day, you flopping every shit, and the people believing that shit. You know how hurtful it is when you grow up being taught about honesty and truthfulness and not to lie. And in your weak ways, man, you're fighting to try to do the right thing. Then you come and see a president at the time of the government, they're lying like a bitch. Amen.
But no businessman is fair. No businessman is straightforward.
Sam, we're not talking about businessman, we're talking about president, man. Come on, man.
I mean, but we just said his own practice from the business cycle he brought into the presidency.
Yeah, because the people
so he can never change.
They voted for him.
So he's still thinking of businessman, so he will lie.
No, don't blame Donald Trump. Donald Trump never promised nobody that he was going to change. He didn't promise nobody he was going to change. The people kept saying, oh, he will change. He's learning. He kept making an excuse for the man. While the man kept lying and kept disparaging citizens of the United States of America, cursing us, insulting us. And people say, oh, he will learn. The first impeachment, he didn't learn. He will learn. Second impeachment, he didn't learn. He will learn. Now we're trying to take all his money from him. We're trying to punish him. They're trying to punish him.
He want to come back to be president?
Yeah, he might come back, but he got to have money first. You see the first suit they paid him, he's going to pay $5 million to that woman. That's just the first one, $5 million. He got plenty more coming. When they finish with Trump will not have money to run for presidency. He will not have money. If they put him in jail, he will not have money to run for presidency. What that man?
You think his party won't support him?
People will get tired with Trump eventually, man. What that man did to this nation, he hurt us. He hurt our democracy so bad, man. But maybe it was good. Maybe it was good. Because when something exists for so long, it becomes weak and dormant. So maybe we need to rebuild our democracy, rebuild our security, especially because he tampered with our national security. This man wanted to carry America to Russia. Can you believe that shit? That scared the daylights out of me, man. For one man to rule, you see what Totman did to our country, and our people still do understand that it will harmful to our democracy. They still don't understand it. We can't go back and punish Totman. We can't go back and do wrong, no. But we must learn from it. Totman wasn't a bad president. He had his ways, but he did good for us. Every leader that gets there will want to stay there forever. Every leader. The job is sweet. The position is nice. Sometimes it's hard to give it up. You see? But when one person set the standard, that's why people love George Washington so much. Because George Washington was a general. He was the first president of America. He could have stayed in power for life and say he wasn't moving. He was a general. But he followed the Constitution. It was under George Washington the Constitution of America was written. And the Constitution said after 4 years you must move. So when they elected him president, from general he became president. And many people in America respect George Washington because after 4 years, he dropped everything. When they didn't like him or he didn't want to run again, he dropped everything. He said, okay, my 4 year thing, let me go back. I'm tired with everything. Let me go back and be farmer. He left and went back to be farmer. He left the position. He left the power. This was a man who had power. Power. This was the strongest man in the world. He built the strongest nation in the world. If that were Totman, he would stay there for life. Totman would say, let me die. But he wasn't that Totman. No. He understood the significance of a democracy. He understood that whatever they put on the paper, if he didn't abide by it, the system, the ideal, the dream would not exist. He had to set the standard. And what he did, after a 4 year term, he gave the people the government back. He gave them the power back. He gave them the generalship back. He said, you'll take everything my 4 year over. Bye-bye. I'm gone. And he left. And today, on George Washington's birthday, you know how many people go back to George Washington's home just to honor him for what he did. Just to honor him. Because our honesty. He was trustworthy and truthful to what they decided. He was a general. He could say, no, I don't agree with it. Who will battle George Washington after fighting and beating it soft and bringing the whole nation together? Who will mess with George Washington? They wouldn't have messed with George Washington. He was the man that brought this nation together, you know. So after his first presidency, when he left, that set the standard for the presidency. But like Totman too, there was a president that almost changed all of that. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The man brought this country out of the depression and all of that. And the people just wanted to be president forever. At that time, I don't think they had limitation to the presidency. There was no limitation to the presidency. So that's why they put limitation there, because when Roosevelt got there, he saved the country. Everybody just trusted Roosevelt and just kept electing him. And then, the people, after he died, the people said, no, we can't do this no more.
That foolishness.
Yeah, he might as well be king. Let them make it king. Despite all the good he did, you know. So that's when they started putting term limitation to the presidency because we had to protect the institution. You know, and one man couldn't just survive. They knew that if one man stayed in power like that, democracy is dead. He might as well be a king. Because with all new ideals, democracy will die. That's why you got to have a short-term limitation for each president. We know that every president goes into power with his own plans to initiate his own developmental projects. Okay? But there are projects still there that you must carry on to completion. That's why every president can't just come and take away everything and we'll start anew from the beginning. No. Ellen Johnson said she left things there that had to be completed. When the next president comes, you must come with objective to complete those programs and add your own to it. You know, that's why some people complain and say, 4 years, too short. So they extend it to 6 years. Because if you come and you got to complete another president's project, you need time to do your own projects. Maybe you got
to do your own projects.
To do your own ideals you want to lead the country towards. So every president comes with their own ideas, but we still have the past projects that must be completed. So whatever project you go in to do, the people under you or the administrative staff, the civil servants under you must understand your project because you will leave, the civil servants will stay. And if you organize the civil service bureau in a way to carry on your objective, you must have people there when you leave to understand when a new leadership come in, how to guide them in carry on your project to completion. Because every project you start will cost the government money.
It would be a new project.
For your project, we can't stop. They got to go to completion. You got to ensure that the new people coming in understand what your ideas were so they can be helped to carry it to completion. That's why we have a civil service. With the civil service, it never changes. The civil service always remains. The politicians are changed. We can change the politicians all day, but the bureaucracy, the people that run the government are the civil servants. That's why we can't change our civil servants like that. That's why they have longevity in government. Okay?
Right. It rain trying to run me from all here.
Well, go that far you can go. If you cut it, you cut off.
Yeah, it rain trying to fall, so I'm trying to find a place.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you can
so
go.
Then if whatever happened, yeah. So we monitoring yeah, okay.
You all set? Well, you see, you could have concluded already. Let me continue my lesson. You see, and these are the issues we're talking about in our country today, man. You know, with the leadership of the country, it doesn't matter who comes in power. It doesn't matter who's the leader of the country politically. As long as Sam, let me bring you in. Hold on, Sam. As long as the civil service is strong, the government will not fail. Because every politician that comes in relies on the civil service or the people who are forever entrenched in government to guide them. That's why we have a civil service, because the civil service evaluate people. So that's the professional crux of government, the civil service. That way you be tested and we show that we have an equal balance of government, of employees from every tribe, from every group, from every ethnicity. Civil service has that job to balance government. That's civil service job. Our people are tested. We don't care who you are. You must go through a civil service test. When you meet a certain standard, civil service then disperses people to the different ministries and ensures that there's a balance between how many people from the three tribes in certain ministries, so that our ministries don't become entrenched with tribalism or with nepotism or with favoritism. The civil service job. That's why we test everybody so that we have the best working for government. But when our government officials interfere with civil service, when they can call the minister and say, hire my cousin, hire this, or they take upon themselves and hire people and bypass civil service, that's where the problem comes in government. Because civil service is there for a purpose. That's why they call it civil service. Everybody who's supposed to work in the government, all the permanent workers in government, people that stay there for life, for pension, civil service have to cut them out. Because these are the heartbeat of our government. If these people are not there, our government can't function. Okay? Because we need people to be consistent, to be constant in government. We got payrolls to meet. We got development projects to do. We got light and water supplies to continue on. All those things we need government to regulate that, to monitor that. So we need a civil service that is stationary, that will never move from government. They will stay there 20 years, 30 years until they die. That's what the civil service is there for. They are the heartbeat of government. Okay? They are the tax collectors. These are the builders. They are the paper workers. They are the monitors, the regulators. They do everything for government to ensure that our country functions. Okay? Why? Because our country needs money to function. We need money to function. And if the government is there to regulate society so that everybody pay their fair share of money to society so the government can function. So we have the people. We, the people, we pay taxes to survive. Corporations pay taxes. Businesses pay taxes. Individual businesses pay taxes. All of us pay taxes because it's through the taxes that government generates money to function. And that's why we cannot depend on taxes alone. We got to depend on our natural resources too. The innovation of our people. What can our people bring to the table? What kind of resources we got? All these things add to our national development. So having government work. But in our country, what is the backlash to us is that we're collecting the money, we're not innovative. We're not creating new things from ourselves. We're depending on everything from foreigners. Everything got to come from outside. Nobody helping us make the machines to make tire and rubber and all the. No, we're buying everything from outside. But yet, it is our natural resources they got to use to make all these things. You see? But the final product is more expensive than the raw material.
Mhm.
So we need tires for cars, so we pay more for the tires than the people who getting the rubber product. We don't need the rubber product. What we do a gangabo? All the rubber products thing turn into gangabo. What would you play gangabo or in Morovia? We can't play gangabo. So we send it to the countries that will use it with big machines. They can't give us those machines because if they gave us those machines, we'll compete with them.
Mhm.
And when we compete with them, their governments are not supporting their system of democracy. You see, because democracy, every system lays on capitalism, on money. Okay, the Russian system. Look at the Russians. All the way they talk about communism and all that. Look at Putin, one of the richest men in the country. They talk about equality. You see anybody equal with Putin? Look at all the rich people from Russia riding.
Billionaire.
Yes, billionaires, and then they talk about equality. We're all equal. What kind of bullshit is that? So we just see all these philosophies are deceptions. But the only thing that we love democracy for is that we're not going to give our power to one family or one man. No. All of us going to enjoy this thing. And all of us had the power to ensure that one group of people don't steal from the rest of us. But it still happens because that politics. You know? But Sam, that's it for the day, man. We've been talking for an hour.
Yeah, man, and we hope that we are very keen on the news that will be coming from Liberty Party and ANC. That's so so we're very keen. We hope tomorrow we will hear some news from there.
Well, we gotta see what Nomdi. I was thinking about it myself. Now that Nomdi Kanga has rejected
Comments.
she might have well run for president herself and see if the people will choose her.
I believe they will come to terms with Bob Walker. That's my belief.
To be campaign manager.
No, I mean Walker. What I'm hearing is that they want to take her, at the Senate pro tem. So once she comes down and they, resolve the issue, she will be supported to be Senate pro tem. It's good for her.
Elected, right?
So that
Senator pro tem got to be elected, right? It's an elected position, right?
From their rank.
Yeah, from their rank. So I just showed they can guarantee that she will be Senator.
That's what I'm saying. If they win election, they can guarantee her. So Gongo will go maybe as either Chief Justice or Justice Minister too. So in general, that we've been hearing around that are negotiating.
Who's gonna be Chief Justice Gongolo?
Gonglo. So because they will be like 2-3 years, she'll be out. 24, 5 or 2026 should be out.
Yeah, she'll be 75.
Her age won't permit her to.
Yeah, she'll be retiring.
So that's why they are discussing and see how they can, move forward.
Does Gongolo want to be Chief Justice? Does Yomi Kanga want to be pro-tem? When these people get they already got political parties. Are they willing to subject themselves down to Unity Party?
Well, wait and see, because once she rejected comments, she got to find somewhere heavy. Well, they support so that she can.
She can run to be president and try her own power.
Well, yeah, it's possible she could try because maybe she feel like the Baza behind her. The Baza is the second largest tribe in Liberia, and other people do love her besides the Bill tribe.
There are certain things normally Gambia has done that would encourage me to vote for her too, because first of all, she turned that money back. The first 30,000 they gave them, she turned it back in. I know they forced her to take it later on because she was the only one that turned it in. So they say, "Oh, you're the only one that turned it in." Darius didn't took his. Everybody took it. We better go and take yours. I know she took it because of that. You know our people. So maybe she got her own way. Well, we'll wait and see, okay?
Yeah, let's see what happens. What comes, next. Okay, Bob. Thank you then for the day. You talked so long. Yeah. So tomorrow we.
Well, but this is a talk show, and the part about it is, I'm just worried about this Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf woman coming back into our politics. Trying to stay in power for another 6 more years.
Intervening in people's politics.
You can see right now, Ellen Cummings cannot control the people around him. She got to come in there and make peace. What will happen if he become president? She will come in there to control us again. Aluta.
Yeah.
I told you, Sam. My hour is up. And to the commander, Glapohkpa Chesson time is up, Sam. I gotta go, bro. I got to go. I see you all, my people. Be careful, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. That woman is a snake. She's a snake. Snake or oh snake. Be careful. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Don't do what I wouldn't want you to do. Don't trust Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. Don't trust Prince Johnson. Take cover. Oh, Senator Kuhn is throwing under the bus. You all know that, right? Senator Kuhn is throwing his body under the bus. And what's this here? They picking their vote. Got voting cards too. Piquet got voting cards in Lofa County. Okay? So you take heed. Lofa, Nimba, all the counties there. You watch your voter registration people. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.